to be that close to your dream, that close to the moment which will define you professionally and reward you personally, and then to be told your life is in danger. Isaiah Austin lived that reality 2 years ago at the NBA draft, from a sure shot first-round selection to the sidelines, except things may have changed. First, though, the pain of the separation.
I grew up fantasizing about becoming an NBA player. I felt like I had something to prove to everybody who doubted me. Because who can play basketball with one eye?
Austin for three. Grabbed by Austin, two-hand jam. Oh, Austin, he turns and he dunks it. Three, Austin, got it.
I just worked my tail off to become the best player, and I wanted to make it to the NBA so bad. I just sat and just thought about walking across the NBA stage to shake the commissioner's hand.
With the next pick in the 2014 NBA Draft,
the combine was May 14th. Only 60 players in the world get invited, and I was one of them. That was a huge step and a huge accomplishment.
Get up, get up.
People started giving me great feedback, and they started rallying behind me. I thought it meant that I was for sure going to be a first-round pick.
Got to remain contacted on the board. Touch the board. There you go. There you go.
We did the physical testing day 2 of the combine.
7'4.5".
They were doing a lot of my limb testing.
Last name was Austin.
They saw that I had stretch marks across my chest, and I had very extremely long limbs for my body and a little bit of indentation in my chest. But it was at the conditioning part of the testing where they found out that my heart was a little bit irregular.
There were some abnormalities in the anatomy of the heart. The aorta was enlarged. I indicated that we needed to do one final test, and that was a blood specimen to determine the gene that might be a marker of Marfan syndrome.
What was that?
It's quite dangerous for someone with Marfan syndrome to play basketball. There could be a sudden cardiac arrest, rupture of the aorta, and death could occur on the court.
And remember, 5 days before the draft, I'm driving home from work and getting the call from the NBA doctor saying Isaiah tested positive for Marfan's. And I was stunned. How are we gonna tell this kid? Like, how can we do it? We packed up our kids and drove 9 hours to Dallas, and he didn't know we were coming.
Just remember looking at my mom and just asked her, I was like, is it what I think it is? And her head just went down. It's like I just blacked out.
I remember that he loved me and he cared, but he'll never put more on me than I can bear.
I didn't want to believe it. Finally when the NBA was within my grasp, it was just like ripped away from me.
He thought, well, as difficult as a time this is in his life, maybe he'd still like to be with all of us in New York for the draft.
Realizing that my name wasn't about to be called, it really just dawned on me that my life was really changed.
welcome to the 2014 NBA Draft. Before we continue tonight, I want to take a moment to recognize Baylor center Isaiah Austin.
We hadn't rehearsed it. I was thinking, all right, just like hold it together.
Like the other young men here tonight, Isaiah committed himself through endless hard work and dedication.
I heard Adam Silver say,
With the next pick in the 2014 NBA draft, the NBA selects Isaiah Austin from Baylor University.
my dream did come true.
I was getting choked up, and I think at that moment realized the magnitude of it. We were whispering to each other.
He just whispered in my ear that, you know, I'll be a part of the NBA family forever.
If that made you feel good, we'll consider the news from last night that Isaiah Austin's medical condition has improved. He joins me now on the phone. Isaiah, welcome. Tell me about the news you've gotten from your medical folks.
Well, you know, over the past 2 years, I've been getting checked on, you know, fairly regularly by my doctor, David Liang, who's out of Stanford University, and he's a Marfan specialist. And, you know, what he concluded is that I still have Marfan disease. It's just that over me being evaluated over the last couple of years and through his findings, he concluded that there is an acceptable level of risk for me, which led to him writing my clearance letter.
So have you submitted that to the NBA?
You know what? We actually have. We are in the middle of discussions, you know, both domestically and internationally. But at this time, you know, we're just trying to find the best decision that's going to be best for me.
What have you been doing physically for the last 2 years? How much have you been allowed to stay near shape?
I mean, you know, I've been allowed to continue my life. You know, I never stopped living my life how I was living prior. I mean, I think only a couple of changes that I made was just, you know, getting checked more often and more frequently by my doctors. But I've continued to lift. I've continued to, you know, eat healthy. And every once in a while, you know, I was continuing to get onto the basketball court.
So now what is the plan, to get a basketball trainer and start moving towards basketball shape?
I mean, I actually have been working out. I have been training a lot, and I have been getting back into shape. I actually think that I'm in pretty good shape right now, to be completely honest. You know, I feel like I'm ready to go out there and show people that I can still compete. And, you know, it's really just been a whirlwind, because I really never thought that, you know, a day like yesterday would come. And I've just been blessed by God's grace.
It is, as I mentioned to you before we went on, this kind of a story that when you hear it, you just break out in a big old smile. It's great news. Isaiah, thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. We appreciate your time today.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Next up, a 7-foot Kiwi and a much smaller